I want to first put out a disclaimer that this isn't specifically attacking anyone. This isn't meant to be at any specific person. This is over a trend of things that have been going on. Sorry, I'm laughing at the bump moving. Welcome to Fluffy Ferrets. I am Julie, and this is a ferret's butt. I wanted to go over something involving ferrets and the internet. You have to realize if you own ferrets and you post something that you are basically representing ferrets. One of my friends said it best. If you have a ferret and you post things about ferrets, congratulations. You are now a ferret ambassador. It's kind of like a brand ambassador, except with ferrets. So we don't get cool t-shirts in a club. Are you gonna sleep the whole time? Could be a scarf. It's fine. I'm just gonna do a video like this. It's not weird. What you need to be careful of with posting about ferrets is if you post something, would you want other people to copy that? Because unfortunately, there's a lot of research that has to be done for ferrets, and there's constantly learning stuff. And if you post something in a way, that's like someone learning from you. You are now educating them. Think of it this way. If someone sees your post and they want to copy it, do you think that's a good idea? We live in an age where people like clout, and they're going to see something and they're going to be like, if I do that too, maybe I'll be popular. I understand that ferrets get into everything. I understand that they're going to get into your stuff one way or another. No matter how much you ferret proof, they're going to find a way. If you give your ferret like dessert food or something, there's definitely someone out there who's like, oh my goodness, maybe Hoobajoop the ferret would like that too. I wonder if someone has a ferret named Hoobajoop. No matter how hard you try to ferret proof your house, they will get into something. They always do. But there is a difference between if your ferret steals a few licks of something versus your ferret having a few licks while you record it. I've been watching a lot of cat videos on the internet recently. Is that something I should be ashamed of? I kind of am. One of the things I hate the most is when someone has an animal and something bad's about to happen to that animal. But instead of helping or doing something, the person watches, and then when said thing happens to the animal, they're like, oh no! You saw that cat sitting on top of that thing, poking at that vase of flowers. When that cat finally knocks the vase of flowers over, you can't be surprised. You were watching and recording. It's dark in here. I'm gonna turn on a light. Oh, welcome to the brightness. Now I gotta glare. I like the darkness. I'm gonna have a very dark video. Hi, Knock the Bear. A couple of years ago, someone had a video where they were pretending their ferret was eating McDonald's, but they didn't say or make any iteration, is that a word? They didn't say their ferret wasn't really eating the chicken nugget. That's not good. Don't do that. Don't give your chicken nuggets to ferrets. Don't give your ferrets chicken nuggets. Don't give your ferret to a chicken nugget. What are you doing? Like, the ferret licked it a little bit, and even if they didn't eat it, they licked it, which then makes little children think that they can go to McDonald's and get their ferret a Happy Meal. Don't get your ferret a Happy Meal. They are the happy, not the meal. I've seen a lot of things online, and I'm sure all of you have as well, where people will post things online and your automatic response is, oh fuck, please don't do that. Now, if you are telling someone, oh fuck, please don't do that, please do it in a respectful manner. And if you post something on the internet and people have been like, that's not the best, people are worried that someone's gonna see this and someone's gonna do it. There's a video that had a white ferret that someone made into a rainbow ferret. The issue with that was they showed like regular fancy gotta stop saying fancy chalk, fancy art chalk. They didn't use it, well, I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know what they used. They showed the fancy art chalk in the beginning. That's so hard to say. Fancy art chalk in the beginning, but then when someone's like, what? They're like, no. We use super fancy nice chalk that's meant to be on animals, and it is totally vegan and totally safety proof. I don't know if they talk like that. That's how I read it in my head. But they didn't show that. So people are like, okay, cool. If that's what you did, could you make a video saying, hey, I have the rainbow ferret. I use this stuff. And they're like, no, I can't. Our fear isn't just that you made your ferret rainbow. Our fear is that someone's going to go out there and be like, I have fancy art chalk. I have fancy art chalk and a ferret. And then They're going to use the fancy art chalk and nobody knows. Your ferret doesn't need to be your rainbow. You have hair. You could be the rainbow. I don't want anyone to feel attacked. My goal is not to be like, haha, you did bad. The ferret community is very strong, especially on Instagram. And when things happen, they all kind of congregate together and we're all like, Most of us just want you to understand. You shouldn't have to defend yourself online, but what you're defending is information for ferrets. I do have an issue with the mentality of, it's just an animal. You can't judge what I do with it. It's like if you saw someone giving a baby a bottle of Windex, you probably would be like, I don't think you should give that baby human a bottle of Windex. You guys remember the Tide Pod thing that was going around where people were thinking about eating a Tide Pod? I understand it looks like it would feel really good on your tongue. Weird sentence, but it's kind of like that. People joked around, haha, I'm going to eat a Tide Pod, but realistically it was, don't eat the Tide Pod. Don't. We can't stop you, but you might die. This has been a lot of me rambling because I do not want anyone to feel attacked. I am not attacking you. A lot of people who try to message you if you post something controversial, most of the time they're just trying to get you to make sure that people know that there's like a little disclaimer, or if they're like, hey, that's bad for them, you know they're right, because there's some little kids out there who are going to be like, haha, I'm going to do it. Most things that I post online, I have to decide, is this something people do? Is this normal? If someone does this, am I okay with it? I'm okay with it. I especially think that when I did the ferret bowling thing, or whenever I dress my ferrets up, I try to do it as safe as possible. I try to give the reasons of how their safety is involved and how it's not hurting them. And if someone calls me out on something, I will explain my reasons. That's all. You don't have to explain your reasons, but I would prefer if inside, at least in your little internal, you have a reason. Like a good reason. Not just a, I do what I want. That's not a reason. That's you being a jerk. Technically, you don't have to explain yourself to everyone, but it's nice if you could, in case people see what you did and they want to do what you did to do. Did you do? What you did do? Not this. I've been sitting in this room talking to myself for like an hour trying to figure out how to word this, and most of it was me rambling on. I'm not saying that you have to completely censor your content. What I am asking is, if you do something, have a reason to back up why you did what you did. I understand that things happen. Your ferret sneaking some dessert licks versus you recording something that's happening, it's kind of like watching the train wreck and recording it, but then being like, yep, I know a lot about trains. What? How can I put this? None of us are perfect. We've all given our ferret something maybe we shouldn't have. At some point in our lives, some of us have probably given our ferrets some kind of Marshall's thing that was super bad for them. The important thing is to learn. If you post something and you get a lot of messages being like, not a good idea, or if you post something and you get messages like, hey, do you know why that's not the best? Brushing them off and being like, it's my animal, I can do whatever I want, just makes people worry more. But if someone's saying, please don't do this, this could hurt the animal, or it will in the long run, and your response is, you don't know me, I know what's best, I looked at the internet, my pet's fine, go away. No one's saying you suck. People are trying to be like, but do you know what insulinoma is? But do you know? But have you lived through it? We are just trying to educate up in here. What kind of voice was that? It's not worth health problems. I don't get a cookie when I message you and tell you, that's not a good idea. I don't get anything out of it. I'm doing it because I want to make sure that you're not sad at some point and that your baby is happy. People who have ferrets really want everybody's ferrets to be as happy as possible. You don't need to respond to people if you don't want to, but have your reason and have it be good, not just something like, they like it. It's not a reason. I like raising my eyebrows because I don't have any. ADD's a problem. ADD. Hopefully I'm able to make a video out of the like hour-long. Why are you sneezing in my face? Why are you... I went in my mouth a little bit. I don't want to come off that I'm judging people. It's more, if your ferret does something, you know it's not good, but you don't actively let them do it, is different than if you're like, look, he's doing it. I'll record it. That's cute. It might be cute, but like, you don't post a video doing meth. The other thing. If your child has a Tide Pod in their hand and they're like, this looks delicious, and you have a phone, and instead of stopping your child from eating the Tide Pod, you record it, that's not good. That's probably not going to end well. Right? Boop. Boop. Just because your ferret is healthy now doesn't mean that what's happening won't have long-term effects, and that's what we're all scared of for you. If you're not familiar with insulinoma, please look that up and you will understand. Ferrets already have a lot of health issues, especially in the United States. I feel like we don't need to speed that along. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Now I can go take off my eyelashes. Side note, if you have your ferret and you want to do a cute little wiggle video, please support the butt. Support the butt. I know that ferrets are funny and cute when they're long and hangy, but support the butt. It's good for them. I don't want to hang from something and wiggle around for someone's like fun. Support the butt. I would rather have someone support my butt. I feel like they do too. Support the butt. It's gotten to the point where my husband says it. And sometimes I pick them up and I'd be like, here you go. And my husband would be like, support the butt. And I'm like, I'm rambling. I better go. Thanks so much for watching. So sorry I ramble. Bye.